Alright, hey guys, Bailey here to talk about voting. Now, voting is one of the most important things you can do as an American citizen. It's your civic duty and gives you an ability to have a say in your government. And of course, voting goes all the way back to the inception of our nation. Because you gotta think about representation, right? So the reason that we declared our independence from England as colonies was because we didn't have representation in Parliament. So when we created our country, we made it a facet of American government that every person had a say in how their government was ran. And that comes from voting. So today we're going to talk about all the different ways that voting has a say in your government. So we're going to use this little diagram here that looks at the three branches of government to talk about it. First, we'll talk about the legislative branch. The legislative branch is, of course, the people who make the laws, right? They make the laws that decide, what happens in our country, right? What we can do, what we can't do. And then, of course, it's split into two different bodies, the Senate and the House of Representatives. You, as a voter, get a say by voting on your senator and your representative, right? So you can have a say in who makes the laws that you have to follow. But let's move on to the executive branch, right? The executive branch is the presidency, right? The chief executive of our nation. His responsibility is to, execute the laws, right? Make sure that the laws are carried out faithfully. Now, in addition to seeing how laws are put into action, they also have the right to, issue executive orders, which can, change the country as a whole altogether. So, your vote, when you're voting for the presidency, also impacts your daily life. And now finally, we have the judicial branch. That primarily is talking about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is a series of judges who are appointed to a lifetime role, all right? And in this lifetime role, they interpret the laws that are passed to see if they're lawful. Now, again, this is a lifetime appointment, all right? And it's chosen by the presidency, or appointed by the president, and then pushed through by the legislative branch, right? So your vote alone, and combined with everybody else in America, has a say in all of these pieces, right? But unfortunately, if you look at the 2016 presidential election, over 46% of people who could have voted didn't, all right? So that's a lot of people who don't have representation. So what I'm encouraging for you to do is to go out there, educate yourself, listen to the candidates, and find someone who represents you. And then get out there and go vote.